Pain right here, tightness right here on the side of the neck. We always want to talk about stretching. If you're having tightness here on the lateral side of the neck or pain down here, you should check out this cool little stretch that we do for the scalenes. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Max Wardell, overheadathletics.com. We're talking about a stretch here for the scalene muscles. The scalene muscles come from the neck, from the vertebrae here in the neck, on the outside aspect or the lateral aspect, and they actually go down and attach to the ribs, the first and second ribs, specifically the first rib. So if athletes are having thoracic outlet syndrome, which we see in our throwing athletes all the time, if they're having nerve symptoms down in the first and second finger, a lot of those athletes have issues stemming from the neck. And in our younger athletes, some of those issues are actually coming from the scalenes, those muscles that attach into those ribs. So what we want to do is actually stretch those scalene muscles, pin them down or pin that rib down with a band, and then stretch them. So what we've got is a band. You can use a stretch out strap, whatever it is. You come from behind. I'm actually sitting on this band here. So I'm actually sitting on it. I bring it over the shoulder and the nape of the neck, and I pull out and forward. If I pull down, I'm going to actually compress the clavicle. That can also reproduce the symptoms. So I'm not going to pull down on it. I'm going to pull straight forward and then down on a slight angle. So my fist is about as high as the top of my shoulder. That will compress down on that first rib. Hold that first rib down so that when I apply my lateral stretch here, the first rib does not come up. If I don't do this, it'll go with me. So I want to hold that first rib down a little bit without compressing onto this clavicle bone. You should be able to touch your clavicle or your collarbone here. Then I can do a stretch where I go forward, hit the more posterior aspect of the one more towards the back, straight lateral, or I can look up at the sky and hit a little bit more towards the front. I can let gravity do the work for me, or I can just come on top, add a little extra force here. If I feel any numbness tingling into the hand, I just back off, come out of it, shake it off, maybe move the arm around, come back into it. I want to stop shy of those numbness and tingling symptoms. This is one of the best techniques. I learned this from a therapist, Shiva, on one of my clinical rotations a while back. But this is an awesome technique to hold down that first rib and stretch those scalene muscles, which are often very tight, especially on the throwing side of athletes, because they're always elevating and lifting that side of the rib cage early in the throw. So give this a try if you've got that neck pain, if you've got some pain that's kind of going down into the scapula. And also check out our video. We did some manual stretches for the scalenes, for the levator scapula, as well as our C7 manipulation video, where we actually do a little bit of a high velocity, low amplitude movement. This is one of the best ones. Sit on that band, pull it over the shoulder, pull that rib down, bend across. Look up, look down, feel it out, feel where you're tight and where you don't get symptoms. Give that one a try, comment below.